Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
There's no escape. The only hope is the sweet relief of death.
Whoa! Oh, you've got to be kidding me! My army! Koopas! Goombas! Whatever those things are! Aww. We will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Bowser is coming.
I'm not afraid. I'll do anything for my brother.
We're going to save him.
Yes! Fire!
You asked for it. This is fun!
Here we go!
Attack!
Editor's note. So, I'm not sure exactly what happened when we were recording this, but my audio seemed to go really high and then fix itself, and Jake's audio seemed to be going in and out, and sometimes be too low. I did the best that I could to try to fix the audio, so sorry, but yeah, I just want to give you that heads up before we get started. Now, on to the show. Hello, this is Adolf, and I have with me Classic Jake and New Jake. Say hi, Classic Jake.
Hi, Classic Jake.
Say Mamma Mia, New Jake.
Mamma Mia.
And we're doing the Spoilercast for the Super Mario Brothers movie, the 2023 movie specifically. So we haven't had a chance to even talk about this movie first, so let's go round robin. Talk about the 3D aspect first, of course. So I really enjoyed the 3D aspect. I gave it a great 3D. Jacob, what are your thoughts on the 3D?
Yeah, it was borderline fantastic because whatever I wanted it to push the window and just break it, it didn't. It was right there, and it's just like it came close to greatness. But it still is really good 3D. I agree with your sentiments there.
All right, Classic Jake.
Yeah, 3D overall was really, really good. There were occasionally some scenes where they look like they cut corners and just didn't have any mid-depth, but it is well worth seeing in 3D. I highly recommend it.
All right, so my official grade was great 3D. Do you guys agree with that, or do you give it lower?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I'd give it great 3D.
I mean, I wanted it to be editor's choice. I felt like it could have had a lot more depth. There's a lot of scenes where, like, okay, come on, give me more. And we do get a lot of fun stuff with Pop Out, so I still would have liked more of it, but I still really enjoyed the 3D. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, there could have been scenes where Mario Company could have came out into the audience a bit more. Like at least there's like some particle effects that came out into the play there.
So, in my review, I said there was like an 8 out of 10 for the 3D. I wish it could have been like a 10, but it didn't go there. Do you guys think that's fair?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I especially love the scene in New York where the Mario Brothers are running to their next job. And, you know, it's a fun little nod to the, 2D games, but it's also really nice how they use the different layers of 3D.
Yeah, it kind of felt like Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS a little bit.
Yeah. And the scene, since we're in the spoiler cast here, the scene specifically where like Mario is like exploring the Mushroom Kingdom, and you get like a real good sense of what, when you have those, that big, I forget what the thing is called, but that big creature walk above him and just walking in the mushrooms, that looks really nice in 3D too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Bullet Bill, and there's multiple things that are thrown out of the screen. But yeah, Bullet Bill near the end was really cool. The Bonsai Bill, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got here? The credits were gorgeous too.
Oh yeah.
Just how they did the layering. The layering is just so nice to have multiple layers of 3D, and okay, it's fun. It's nice, and
I felt like it felt good to have a 3D like sequence in like on the credits at least was really nice.
Now, did you guys have any issues with like some dark scenes and like ghosting and stuff, or no?
I didn't notice any ghosting or any dark seeds, really. I mean, there were dark seeds, but I didn't notice any ghosting at all.
Okay. Maybe it was my theater. I know the scene, like, when they first go into the sewers, it's like, okay, it's kind of dark here, and then, like, there's one where Mario was trying to fix a pipe, and it's like, I felt like the depth should have been more there.
I mean, yeah, fair. Like, it could have been more deathful, but I think that's kind of inherently because where it was kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get your sentiment.
Yeah, and there were things where I think that they didn't go the mid ranges. I think that they just ran out of time, or they decided it won't look that good. We're just not going to put. We're just going to minimize the layers of depth here.
Yeah. It's probably also where I assume this was a post-conversion versus actually being animated and made in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but the Nintendo intro itself looks really weird. I don't know why.
It just seemed kind of, it's like their first movie, so they probably don't have it down pat just yet.
But like the whole like Nintendo intro, like the like 2 second, it just really looked weird, like it was reversed or something. And I was disappointed that the Mario rap was in 3D. I know it's a commercial, but still.
Yeah.
So they did turn off the 3D for that scene specifically, but I understand why. But yeah, it's still really nice. It's really pretty and it's gorgeous, and the animation here, yeah.
Now, at least the DK rap was in 3D.
Yep, DK. Don't get Tone. All right, so I guess we all in agreement here. Great 3D.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the movie itself. Jacob, what is your thoughts on the movie itself?
The plot is serviceable but thin, but I had such a great time watching it. I absolutely adore it. But I think it's mainly... I'm biased because I'm a huge fan of the games, have been for pretty much life. And it's just like seeing all the Easter eggs and just seeing the world come alive in animation. It's just fantastic fun. But yeah, the plot is just not the greatest.
Okay. Jacob? Or Classic Jake?
This is exactly the type of movie Scorsese was talking about, being amusement park. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that. As a movie goes, but this was one hell of an experience.
Yeah, it was a fun ride.
Yeah. Like the most perfect cutscene ever for a video game.
Yeah. It's like if Mario games had like full voice acting and it was just that.
Weird. I expected to be using my hands to hit buttons and stuff and failing miserably. But here, I don't have to touch a button and Mario doesn't fall to his death.
Yeah.
It just has that momentum, which is a good thing and a bad thing because, I think the biggest flaw, I agree with Jacob, but I feel like it's too short and like they don't let things breathe. And that drove me crazy sometimes. You're like, okay, give me more. Like, with Princess Peach's backstory. Okay, give me a whole lot more on that because why did they make her the princess and not the queen? I don't know. What happened there? Give me more.
It's like also Mario instantly became a hero after the first montage. And I'm like, that's too soon? Because he's literally just a plumber from Brooklyn. And like he shouldn't be able to command, like, learn how to use a Tanuki suit and just flying as he does at the end of the movie. It's like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, like, the first time he gets a power up, he knows exactly how to use it.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny that he hates mushrooms, but...
Now, what do you guys think of his family? I felt like the family was good, but it was just too many characters.
Yeah, like, I don't even know all their names.
Right?
It was like Mama Mario, Daddy Mario, Grandpa Mario.
Introduced a whole bunch of spin-off games and merchandising possibilities.
Now, Classic Jake, me and Jacob have probably played all the mainline games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of these characters are new.
Yeah.
I think they've referenced the mom and dad in Yoshi's Island games, but they haven't shown them. And the brothers and other brothers and uncles, never. That's brand new to this film.
So I am correct. These were just new merchandising possibilities they threw up on the screen.
Yeah.
Now, I did love how they did include Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario, as the dad.
Yeah.
And then as Giuseppe in the pizzeria. That was great.
Yeah.
And how they kind of made fun of the stereotypical kind of voice. That was a fun way to make fun of it and to kind of honor it as well, because you still get Charles Martinet in there as Mario. He was playing Mario voice since 90s. So the fact that he was able to be, in a motion picture, in the Mario motion picture, was great. I was happy with that. And there was a very playful way to kind of showcase, that voice acting would get annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole plot with saving the city and it's just kind of ridiculous. But it's fun. It's not everything has to be super deep and emotional. Like I don't need every animated movie to make me rethink life.
I love how even how bad the original 1993 live action movie is, it's still referenced in the movie with the beginnings taking place in New York and then the climax also taking place in New York.
Yeah. And it just, it's a fun movie. It's hilarious, and I felt like the comedy was good. Maybe they showed off too much in trailers, but I felt like it could have been more. Like, I wanted more jokes.
Yeah. I mean, but, they also had to get the plot, and, Mario and Luigi were separated for most of the plot, so you couldn't get as many jokes as you could, which is unfortunate, because Charlie Day as Luigi is fantastic.
But I thought it was smart making Luigi the damsel in distress and not Peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the same time with Luigi, it wasn't his fault. It was not at all his fault that he got captured. He did,
right.
I actually really liked that sequence where he was battling those. He was trying to fight all those different creatures, and it made the the what's it called? The death ones, the death Koopas.
The Shy Guys. Oh, the Dry Bones.
Dry Bones made him scary, which I like.
Yeah. It kind of made me feel like a precursor to a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Oh, yeah. And then the Shy Guys are terrifying.
Yes.
I'm watching that, I was going, the sequel better be Luigi's Mansion. That's all I got to say.
I have a feeling it's probably going to be closer to Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But they need to have a Luigi's Mansion spin-off movie.
I mean, the fact that what Luigi's Mansion is a pretty big thing, because it's, the series has 3 games in it, but it has a great personality. Luigi being scared and being basically a Ghostbuster is a lot of good stuff they could do for a movie there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They should also do a Mario Party for the stoners. Because everybody I know who plays Mario Party, that's why.
Mario Party is just fun.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun.
Okay, so the amount of Easter eggs here, people have complained about it. I thought it was perfect, because they have the Easter eggs. If you don't get it, you don't get it. They don't dwell in any of them. Like
a game, except instead of hitting a button, finding loot, you're using your eyes and you're pointing out Easter eggs.
Yeah, like you had Jumpman arcade machine at the pizza parlor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And of course, and they have half the movie seem like it was in carts, like Mario Kart.
Yeah. And, the pizzeria being Punch-Out Pizzeria, which is a Nintendo game, and the characters on the wall were characters from Punch-Out, and if you don't know what Punch-Out is, so what? It's just a pizzeria.
Yeah. Luigi's ringtone for the cell phone was the GameCube music.
So I guess the biggest question here was, Was Chris Pratt bad in this? I thought he was totally good.
Yeah, he was the best part.
Yeah, he was fine. Do I think other actors could have done it? Yeah. I think other actors played a lot of these characters, and they would have been good. But they were
Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been fantastic as Mario.
Yeah, but were some
Luigi.
Now, we got to say that there's one person that really stole the show, and we all know who that is, right?
Keegan-Michael Key.
Hey, he was good. He was good. But no, seriously,
he was really good.
We all.
You mean Luma Lee?
Well, yeah, that was just the spirit animal. Yeah, no, but I mean, Bowser. Jack Black was incredible as Bowser.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad Peach's saga's going viral.
Yeah, Peaches is my earworm in my head.
He just nailed it so well, and it's fun. And I mean, Chris Pratt is really good. I enjoyed the performance, but everyone else kind of outshined him. Toad was really good. Luigi was really good. Donkey Kong was good. Everyone was really good, if not better. I actually really like Cranky Kong.
Yes,
I think that should have been Larry David instead of Fred Armisen because he's not cranky enough.
Oh, but he was cranky enough. It worked.
It worked.
Him and Seth Rogen.
It's fine.
Classic Jake, what were you saying about Seth Rogen?
They had great energy together.
Yeah. I love the rivalry between Donkey Kong and Mario and how they didn't like each other, but it was fun. And then how they were able to survive together, and it was fun. It was really well done.
Yeah.
And how they did the Mario Kart stuff worked. I thought it was like, okay, that makes sense. They're trying to travel. They got a cart. They got a Rainbow Road. Let's do that. And then I was not expecting the blue shell at all. I love that, though.
Yeah, I like how that was actually done. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We never had Mario Kart where we actually can destroy the levels, which now I want.
Yes, that needs to be a thing. Just like you could like hit a certain power and it just changes the evolution of the level. Do it, Nintendo.
Now, there has been levels with elements that get, change, and there's elements, that you could knock into this thing or that thing, but, like, to actually have where you could destroy part of the level forever, that'd be cool.
Yes. I kind of like how also in the kart scene, they actually kind of had a nod to Double Dash a little bit whenever Mario's on the back of Donkey Kong's cart. And I'm like, a Double Dash, that's cool.
Now, two of my favorite aspects of this movie were the soundtrack, which I thought was gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I need that
Music
soundtrack.
Great. They made all the right decisions with the soundtrack. I didn't even
Now,
mind
some of the
all the
song choice.
I didn't even mind all the songs thrown in. Because sometimes I roll my eyes because they're too on the nose or something. And I really like the parkour scene where they had the Beastie Boys Sabbath. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sabotage was good, but the other song was just kind of not needed, but okay, fine. It didn't it was pretty quick.
To give the don't remember the games something for them to have.
But how they orchestrated it was just beautiful. And how it just weaved in and out of the scenes, and it just kind of, it never looped, it was just kind of, it flowed really well, and it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, the animation here, oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, of course, I figured it looked really good because Mario made the transition to 3D animation a long time ago. So I figured they had these designs down pat.
They were just so bright and colorful and vivid, and it just felt like this actually could be like a tangible world, like when they were exploring the mushrooms, and like, okay, the grass has great texture, and it just has this feel to it that...
And it's nice seeing an animated movie that has a different character design. I'm really getting tired of everybody looking like the movie Up, or looking like or looking like the 1940s Superman. It seems like that's what everybody's going for.
I didn't mind at all the changes from the traditional Mario kind of animation look. I thought it worked really well, and actually watching the movie, didn't mind it at all. I thought it was beautiful, and just how they were able to animate each character. Just that one scene in the Mario Kart where the character, one of the Koopas that hits Mario gets the shell, jumps up, throws it behind another person, and just how well animated that is. It's such a wonderful,
Yeah, they managed to make a Mario Brothers movie better than the Hornio Brothers.
Mario just needed a little bit more cake in the butt, but that's all he needed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is I think the prettiest animated movie I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played a Mario game in 4K, but now it's now I want to see this, Alright, so the story here is basic. Luigi gets captured, they accidentally go to the Mushroom Kingdom, and then now Bowser wants to take over because he wants to marry Peach, which I didn't see that coming, and it's happened before in the games, but it's hilarious. It's stupid, but it's fun.
I like how he's portrayed as kind of like a simp.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, they really updated it to kind of the modern kind of internet creep.
Yeah, I wanted to know how he became aware of Peach, and how did the crush develop? Did they go to school together? Are we gonna get a Mario high school movie together? What's happening?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many plot holes, and okay, tell me more about this, and okay, you're just gonna move on. Okay, well, whatever. And I love the chemistry between Mario and Peach, and Mario and Luigi.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even Toad and Peach. Everyone worked well together. Cranky and Donkey, yeah. Donkey and Mario. Mm-hmm. It all works. It all worked well.
Yep.
I mean, it's basic. It's just kind of, okay, I have so many damn questions here. Obviously, why do we need we could have just had the mom and dad. We didn't need the whole family there, Mario. That was too many characters here. And then, it's a deep-ass cut to have Spike from Wrecking Crew being a big, a character in this movie, because Wrecking Crew is one game that came out 30 years ago that I think most people have not played. But okay, sure, you want to have Spike as a character, go for it. But I did like that they mentioned, the blocks are just floating here. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah. It makes sense in that universe.
Yeah. And just having Mario go through the pipes and get confused, beautiful. Wonderful animation, funny. And, people comment, it's not deep enough. I get that. I totally get that. But sometimes you just have a fun slapstick and it works.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the critical reception is how it's kind of overwhelmingly negative. It makes no sense of why it's so negative. It's just a movie for kids and it's fun.
Come on, how many video game movies are actually good? Because video games don't have a narrative unless it's like The Last of Us or Fallout, generally.
Yeah. And we got very little development.
It's hard to not pick a stupid narrative like the first Sonic movie. I haven't seen the second one, but it's good. Does anybody think the first Sonic movie storyline is actually good?
No.
No.
It's a fun movie, though.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
But the thing is, watching this movie, I was going, God, I wish they had made Sonic like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I felt like this was a spectacular achievement, that they were able to get the flow of the games and make it fun and make it enjoyable. And you like these characters, you like this scenario. It's not deep, but who cares? It doesn't matter if it's not deep. It's fun and it's entertaining. They know how to make it enjoyable, and it's not grating. You don't have fart jokes after fart jokes of other animated things. It's what it needed to be.
It helps that Shigeru Miyamoto was a producer on this film. It helped actually had a say in the production.
Yeah. Now, Nintendo had a big hand in this, and they were watching over this like a hawk, which understandable.
And it was obviously the people involved in this knew the material, liked the material, and knew why people liked the material and what worked and what didn't work. They took minimal chances, like giving Mario a family. Of course, they didn't ever do anything about his last name because, I mean, it must be rough going through life being named Mario.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the name, like the games are Super Mario Brothers, so I mean, Mario makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just dumb, and it's fine. It's
Yeah.
you know, is there more than one star? Or is there how did Bowser know there's a star there? I thought it was hilarious though that Bowser was gonna, sacrifice everybody.
In a Flea movie.
What was that?
Are we going to get a Umali spin-off universe?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a great. Those lines just hit perfectly. That character is from Super Mario Galaxy, and was not dark in Galaxy movies, but in the Galaxy games, but it definitely is dark here, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just think of what that character is. That's probably the only way they did.
Well, according to the lore of Super Mario Galaxy, those characters they die and then they come back to life. So it's just kind of a fun in joke that they don't have nothing to fear because they come back to life anyway.
And it's just the ridiculous nature of Bowser thinking that, if he, has the star, that will impress it. It's just so stupid. But it's stupid. It's fun. It's ridiculous, and it's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be like Soul, and have you rethink about the universe.
Commentary on all these princess rescuing games and guys thinking that if I just rescue the girl, she's mine. She's like a trophy, and that's not the way relationships work.
Yeah. And the way Mario and Princess were flirting, it was natural. That felt like it was actually, because they had good chemistry together, and it wasn't necessarily just because, the characters were written that way. It felt right.
Yeah.
What other things? Oh, I love the ending with Luigi. With him helping out Mario with the, using the shield, using was it the trash bucket or the manhole cover as a shield? Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So, classic Jake, since you haven't not really a gamer, I guess I really want to hear your opinion and your overall thoughts. What other things you want to say about this movie?
Okay. Though I think I have watched. My experience with Mario is mostly playing Donkey Kong as a kid and watching friends while I'm high as a kite. They're playing Mario Party and Mario Karts, and I'm like messed up to like move or close my eyes. I had a blast with this. I had no trouble following it. And I never realized how much Mario is seeped into my consciousness. How much I actually picked up on.
Okay.
So you don't need to be a big gamer or a super fan to enjoy this.
All right, Jacob?
Yeah, it's. I feel the same way. It's like you don't have to be a fan of the games to enjoy it. It sets up its own thing, sets up the universe for the games in general, sort of. It's the same spiel of two plumbers from Brooklyn are in the Mushroom Kingdom, and they have to save somebody, like Luigi in this case, but in the games it's always Princess Peach, or Luigi in some cases. So, yeah, you don't have to enjoy the games, but it kind of helps.
And the games weren't always about the plot. I mean, the RPGs were.
No.
But the mainline games were just about the journey, not just having the fun adventures in the level design. And it's.
Yeah.
And just how were they able to kind of capture that here and have these different levels and have these different environments? I would like to know more about their adventures in, like they go to this area with the desert and you don't get anything about that. You don't get any, they go on the bridge, but you don't get anything about that. You just get very little, but it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, you see Yoshi for a split second. Nothing else. You don't get Daisy. You don't get Rosalina. Yeah.
And I was really happy how they were able to handle Donkey Kong characters because in the 90s they had them, become a big thing because of Donkey Kong Country games, and it was really, really borderline racist what they were trying to do, showing off Donkey Kong, and how they kind of were encompassing black culture, and obviously there's a lot of racists that compare black people to, apes or monkeys. So they walked that line, and this movie had no problem with that. They didn't look like, it wasn't like that at all. But you know what I'm talking about, Jacob, with how in the 90s they had...
Oh, yeah, the Donkey Kong rap. But, not just that, but, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It was very unfortunate.
Yeah, well, Japan's notorious for some of their cultural insensitivities.
Well, the Donkey Kong countries were made by Englishmen.
But yeah.
Well, they could get away with it. That's why they did. Wouldn't care. I mean, it's kind of like all the Third Reich coffee shops that used to be in Tokyo.
Huh. I definitely would want to watch a Donkey Kong movie, though. I think they definitely set up that universe pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they set up Diddy. They had.
What was that, Jake? Thanks, Jake.
I would love to see Mario jumping over flaming barrels.
Yeah.
And something better than 8.
But would Donkey Kong be captured and Mario be the bad guy in that movie?
Like Donkey Kong. Yeah, Donkey Kong Jr.,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we could wrap up. What's your scores for the film? Classic Jake.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. New Jake.
7 out of 10.
All right, I went ahead and gave it an 8 out of 10 and a movie award. So I liked it just a little bit more than y'all, and I just appreciated how they're able to capture this universe. That's why it got the editor's choice, and then just make it so beautiful and sound so gorgeous. It's something that I'm going to come back to, and it's going to be fun to watch and, talked about.
Yeah, this is a rare franchise that left me wanting more and looking forward to more.
Yes. And I hope it's as good, if not better, than this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely set up a great foundation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just showed me that the Lego movie was completely a fluke.
Yeah. And the movie had both a mid-credits and a post-credit scene. The mid-credit scene with Bowser being small, great, hilarious.
Singing Peach is good.
And then the post-credit scene with Yoshi Egg. Some of the Yoshi kind of got ruined by having that scene on the island. They could just cut that out, and it had more of an impact for this post-credit scene. It wasn't really needed. But, okay, sure, Yoshi's in Manhattan somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to know how that pipe got there in the first place.
Someone had to build a wall around it, so someone knew about this Mushroom Kingdom, and we got to stop people from going here,
Yep.
Yep.
But okay, that's movie's got a movie. Movie's got to do its own thing, and just.
Well, we're gonna have material for the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not, and they frustrate us more.
And it'll probably answer if Peach is from Brooklyn or what.
Yeah.
She's from Georgia.
She's a Georgia Peach.
I mean, it's on the nose. A lot of stuff is on the nose. It makes sense.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just having that there, I guess a little bit reminded me of Godzilla. American one. Like was it 2000? I think it was, or 99.
98.
98, and they keep having the eggs of Godzilla there, and I was like, oh no, don't do that. All right, Jacob, do you have anything else to say about this movie, spoiler-wise?
No, it's just I kind of wish there were more better spoilers than just a Yoshi egg and a mini Bowser. Like, I kind of wish there's an introduction to Daisy or Sarasaland for the Super Mario Lands, or you'd see Diddy Kong or Kiddy Kong, all that. I mean, you kind of do see it in the movie, but speaking role-wise, they needed something more exciting than this.
Bowser Jr. or the Koopalings?
Yes. I like how there was a reference on the piano to Ludwig von Koopa, though, that when he was playing Peaches, which that's kind of a nice touch.
I mean, just I love music here, and I love how he sang it, and it just was so funny.
Oh yes, yeah, and I hope the song gets nominated for Best Song Oscar because yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This and the Across the Spider-Verse are going to be the two movies that duke it out at the Oscars for Best Animated.
Oh, I don't know if it'll make it Best Animated Film. I think it's going to be Best Song only.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a feeling it's going to get nominated for both because this movie did look gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it wasn't, and it managed to not be a 90-minute ad. It managed to actually not be just an ad.
Yeah.
It was its own thing, on top of also referencing other things. It was its own thing. It had its own characters. It had its own, basic ideas there. So it built on the nostalgia from the, games, but it also had its own thing there. So, yeah. I mean, it's a commercial in the sense I want to play a new Mario game.
I want to buy the toys of the new movie.
Yeah,
that's about it.
And I also like that it respected that it's a game. The as big as Hollywood movies are, it's nothing compared to gaming. So instead of trying to make the game formula fit a movie, they made the movie fit a game formula, which was smart, I think. I mean, sure, I would have wanted more of a narrative and stuff, but that's my problem and my prejudices coming into this. Once you let go of that expectations of what a movie's supposed to be and just take this as is, you're going to have a lot better time. Most critics just need to let go of your 3-act structure and all that crap and just immerse yourself in this experience.
Oh, yeah. And this is made with love. You can tell Nintendo made this with love. There's love for the franchise, love for the characters. They put their heart and soul into this, and it shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other last words on Mario?
Please release it on 3D Blu-ray, Random Space Media. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I already see them talking about the Blu-ray and the 4K disc and they don't have a release date yet, but they already have details on what's going to be on there. And I was like, okay, cool. But, it deserves to be at home. And if that has to be like a 3DS exclusive, then so be it. But, I mean, this can't be a thing that only exists one time in theaters. People got to see this in 3D. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A movie's only in a theater a few months anymore, maybe 6 at best. It's going to be on home media and streaming forever.
And,
90% of the movie will see it, either online or on disc.
Yep.
It's just sad that
Lost media, please.
Yeah.
It's too beautiful. You spent too much work on it, and don't let it get tossed away.
I'm surprised that Miyamoto wasn't here at all. Like, I would expect him to have a line or have something. I didn't see anything referencing Miyamoto, and I kind of was shocked, honestly.
I mean, I think he knows what he's not an actor, so I mean, he does have good camera presence on the Nintendo Directs and stuff, but yeah, he's just he's letting it do its own thing.
I just kind of expected something kind of like the cameo of Stan Lee, that kind of thing. Maybe have...
Yeah, but I don't even know if he could speak English, so I mean, that could be another reason.
Maybe, the crowd scene at the end of the movie where, they're cheering Super Mario Brothers. Just have, him, a character model there. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted, and they didn't get it.
I like. Does anybody else kind of wish that the human characters in Brooklyn kind of look like Mii's instead of like Mario characters?
No. Mii's are kind of disturbing looking.
They are. I just thought that'd be kind of funny, or at least have a Mii in the background, there's me.
But that first opening scene with them actually plumbing and the dog, it's fun. It's just a silly, wacky movie. It's fine to have silly, wacky movies. You don't always have to have serious, stuff.
Yeah, and anyway, you're never going to top the Plumbing We Will Go for plumbing comedy.
So, yeah, I'm glad y'all enjoyed it too, because I really enjoyed it. And, I was shocked to see the reviews being so low, and I was like, really? Come on, man.
Yeah, but the audiences know what's up, and the movie's doing gangbusters at the box office. It's like the number 1 second weekend of any film, I think.
Yeah, and it hasn't even come out in Japan yet. And when it comes out in Japan, I think it's going to be huge there too.
Oh, God, yeah. It's going to be. And I also think a lot of film geeks aren't into video games.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of critics are just like, well, this is not serious cinema, so it's not cinema. It's just product, but it's fun, and audiences like it.
Entertainment value is important. I don't know.
This is so entertaining. It's very emotional. It just happens to be a joy emotion.
Yeah.
Instead of having your heart seared or whatever. It's just a different emotional set that you normally don't get out of film. Yeah, I mean, you don't always have to be depressed to enjoy a movie,
right.
It doesn't have to be a downer. Just watch the movie. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I've seen movies that critics rave about, and it's just a boring piece of crap. And it's like, what do they see in it that I don't? It's boring.
Yeah. I mean, South Park did it right. Not every movie has to be, gay cowboys eating pudding.
Right. Although,
I'm fine with that, but... but still... And not every movie has to, be soul that, makes you re-question life itself and makes you rethink and cry.
It's just a lot of critics think they're holier than thou, and yes, I get it. The plot is thin, but it's just a fun thing. But a lot of critics also think that video games aren't art, and it is art. Oh, it's most definitely art. And video games, when it comes to capitalism, video games are winning. Yeah, they make way more money. Yeah, exactly. If anything, if this functions as an ad in any sort of ways, it's to tell film buffs, hey, come play video games. Yeah. Yeah, movies 2 hours, you can spend weeks with us. I mean, there's a lot of video game creators that revere and love movies, and they reference them all the time, and sometimes there's a lot of games out there that are even better than movies, like The Last of Us video game. Fantastic. I
haven't watched the show, but I've heard great things.
Yeah, I haven't watched the show either. Yeah, and part of why Fallout, they're not rushing the release of that to television, is they want to make sure they get it right. Yeah.
I mean, fun factor is a part of the games, and joy and enjoyment of the film and is part of film too. But they just, like you said, you're 100% right, Jake, that a lot of film critics don't understand that joy and happiness is something that you should get from a movie. Everything has to be depressing.
Because joy and happy are emotions.
Well, the thing is, there is cinema like the Umbrellas of Schomburg. I was one. A lot of musicals are joyous, but I wasn't trying to say that film critics don't know joy, but they don't understand anything that's not in them. They expect certain things in cinema, and this this movie really blurs the line between what is a video game and what is cinema.
Yes.
And I think that's going to get pushed even further.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we had a good discussion here. I guess it's going to be it for us. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, folks.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, MK Ultra, Kevin Winter, Alex Folk, and Gravity Head Zero for your financial support on Patreon.com. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.